and term 2 syllabus. Upcoming year, the board exam November, December, again March and April. So between board exam it is there. So term 1 and term 2, still no, they didn't announce anything, but just an opinion, okay, in my point of view. First unit, chapter number 1, chapter number 2. Next unit 3, moving charges and magnetism and matter, unit 3. Next unit number 8, atom and nuclei. So 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7th chapter, maybe it is in current electricity. It is not that.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Subhash. So maybe electromagnetic wave, otherwise semiconductor. 50-50. So electronics, magnetism, first track electronics. So electronics means current, electricity, electrostatistics, electric charge, 3 chapters. So first 2. Unit number 3, that is a magnetism, moving charges and magnetism and matter. So next electromagnetic wave, atom, nuclei, semiconductor. So like that they divide 50-50 for all the branches. Okay, we'll wait and see. Okay, now we'll discuss the magnetic force between two parallel current carrying conductor.
Magnetic force between two parallel current-carrying conductors. Objective: to understand direction and magnitude of magnetic force that exists between two parallel currents. Consider two very long parallel conductors, separated by distance r, carrying currents I1 and I2 respectively. The current-carrying conductors create a magnetic field in the surrounding region.
So already we know very well, when current I, it is passing through a conductor, see this conductor produce magnetic field. So this is the direction clockwise. So this is the anti-clockwise direction. So two conductor, it is the two conductor also we are giving separate current.
Since the length of the conductors is very large compared to the distance between them, we can consider them to have an infinite length in our discussion. Field produced by I1 is in a clockwise direction. Magnitude of the magnetic field created by I1 at a distance r is mu0 I1 by 2 pi r. Magnetic field due to I1 is perpendicular.
So last class we discussed Noma, straight line conductor formula B is equal to mu naught I 2 pi A we said, but here 2 pi R. So A means radius only, R also radius only. For the one conductor. Just to refer yesterday class notes.
to the second conductor at any point on it. Consider a finite section of length L on the second conductor. Magnetic force on this section is I2 L cross B1, whose magnitude is I2 L B1 sine 90. Substituting B1 in it, we get force per unit length on the second conductor F21 by L equals to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. Cross product of L bar and B1 bar is towards the first conductor. Hence, magnetic force on the second conductor is towards the first conductor. Magnetic field B2 created by I2 at a distance r is mu naught I2 by 2 pi r in upward direction. Magnetic force on a finite section of length L is I1 L B2 towards the second conductor. Substituting B2 gives force on first conductor per unit length F12 by L equals to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. Magnitude of force per unit length for the two conductors is equal. Two conductors get attracted if current in both conductors is in the same direction. Suppose current in one of the conductors is reversed. Magnitude of magnetic force per unit length for each conductor remains the same. But direction of forces become opposite to the direction of forces in earlier case. Thus, conductors repel each other if the direction of currents is in the opposite directions. Summary. Magnetic force per unit length on two parallel current-carrying conductors separated by a distance r is equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. Magnetic force is attractive if currents are in the same direction. It becomes repulsive if the currents are in opposite direction.
Take a notes. Key point. Magnetic force between two parallel current carrying conductor. So formula mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi r. The magnetic force attractive if current are the same direction. Opposite direction means repulsive each other. Force. The formula magnetic force per unit length F by L formula, not for F. So really term 1 exam it is entirely difficult because many formulas are there. You want to remember so many problems, so many methods. So don't waste your time. Kindly prepare daily 5 or 10 problems. In chapter number 4 it is going on. Already we completed chapter number 1 and 3. So each chapter 5 problems. Easy or difficult, your choice only. We have n number of resource material. So this is the right time to prepare for competitive exam also. Class 11th syllabus. Class 12th as it is going on, you can listen and do the practice. Free time or extra time it is no. In this time we will prepare class 11th syllabus, physics, chemistry, maths for the JEE students, physics, chemistry, biology for NEET students. So maximum after that month of December they will conduct JEE exam. So be ready for that. You are thinking I want to read all the topic or not. Simply first you focus what are the areas easy for you. In this area prepare it. So easy to score good mark. So more than 95% means the free seat. NIT, not for IIT, NIT. So NIT also good.
Biot-Savart law. Objective: to introduce Biot-Savart law, which gives the relation between a constant current and the magnetic field produced by it. Jean-Baptiste Biot and Félix Savart discovered the expression for the magnetic field generated by a constant electric current in 1820. Biot-Savart law tells us that the magnetic field depends on the magnitude, direction, length, and proximity of the electric current. Consider an infinitesimally small length dl through which a constant current I passes. Let r bar be the position vector of a point P with respect to the current carrying element dl bar. Biot-Savart law gives the magnetic field dB bar due to the current element at P as mu naught by 4 pi I dl cross r by r cube.
Vector form.
The term mu naught is a constant and is called permeability of free space. Its value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. The direction of field is perpendicular to the plane containing the current element dl bar and r bar. When fingers on the right hand are curled from dl bar to dr bar, the thumb points along db bar. Let theta be the angle between dl bar and r bar. Magnitude of the magnetic field due to the current. Let theta be the angle between dl bar. When fingers on the right hand are
See that. So very important the direction. Finding the direction, it is somewhat difficult. So visualization is important. You want to visualize. So which it is into the plane or outside the plane. Listen properly.
curled from dl bar containing the current element dl bar and r bar. When fingers on the right hand are curled from dl bar to dr bar, the thumb points along db bar. Let theta be the angle between dl bar and r bar. Magnitude of the magnetic field due to the current element dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sine theta by r square. For example, a wire placed along the north-south direction carries a current of 20 amperes. Let us find the magnetic field due to a 2 centimeter portion of wire at point P, that is 2 meters away in the northeast direction. Since the current element is very small, we can consider dl to be equal to 2 centimeters. Angle between current element and position vector theta is 45 degrees. Magnitude of the magnetic field due to this current element is got by substituting the corresponding values in the expression. Mu naught by 4 pi I dl sine theta by r square.
Centimeter converted into meter, sine 45 degree. So sine 45.
This gives the magnetic field at P as 7.07 10 power minus 9 Tesla.
dP value 7.07 into 10 power minus 9 Tesla. Centimeter converted into meter, sine 45. So maximum sine 30, 45, 60, 90. This is enough to get good mark. And 120 also. In this area, sine theta, cos theta value is must. Bio CS students, kindly remember the values.
The direction of the magnetic field as per the right-hand thumb rule is into the plane. Summary. Biot-Savart law states that the magnetic field due to a current element dl through which a constant current I passes at a position r bar is given by mu naught by 4 pi I dl bar cross r bar by r cube.
So upcoming class we'll discuss Ampere circuit and law derivation part. So now visualize how it is function into dp.
Ampere's circuital law. Objective: to understand Ampere's circuital law. Ampere's circuital law is magnetostatics in analogous to Gauss's law in electrostatics. Gauss's law links surface integral of electric field, that is, integral of E bar dot ds bar for a closed surface to the charge contained by the closed surface. Similarly, Ampere's law links line integral of magnetic field, that is, B bar dot dl for a closed loop to the currents passing through the surface bounded by the closed loop. Ampere's law states that the line integral of magnetic field along a closed curve is equal to mu naught times the net current crossing the area bounded by the closed curve, provided the electric field inside the loop remains constant. That is, line integral of B dot dl is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Left-hand side integral can be evaluated either in clockwise or in anti-clockwise direction. Choose a direction. Curl the right-hand fingers in the direction chosen. Currents in the direction of thumb are considered to be positive. Currents in the opposite direction are negative. Consider an infinitesimally small length dl on an Amperian loop. Let magnetic field at this point be B. Dot product of these two is B dot dl. Integrate this over the entire loop. Ampere's law tells us that this must be equal to mu naught times the algebraic sum of currents that pass through the area. For the shown network of currents, I1, I2 and I3 are along the positive direction, whereas I4 and I5 are along the negative direction. Consider a closed circle around it as the Amperian loop. Net current crossing the Amperian loop is I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 plus I5. Application of Ampere's law for the loop gives us line integral of B dot dl equals to mu naught into I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 plus I5. Let us look at the validity of the law in case of a long straight current I. Consider a circle of radius a around it as the Amperian loop. From Biot-Savart law, magnetic field at any point on the circle is mu naught I by 2 pi a, tangential to the circle. Let us choose anti-clockwise direction for the calculation of line integral. B and dl have the same direction everywhere on the circle. The line integral of B around the circle is mu naught I by 2 pi a line integral of dl. Integral dl is length of the circumference of the circle 2 pi a. Integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. This is the same result as stated by Ampere law. If the current lies outside the Amperial loop, the line integral of the field due to the current would be zero. It does not necessarily mean that the magnetic field is zero everywhere along the path. It's just that outside current does not contribute to the line integral of the magnetic field for a closed loop. Summary. Ampere's law states that the line integral of magnetic field along a closed curve is equal to mu naught times the net current crossing the area bounded by the closed curve.
So I think so everyone gets some idea about how to find the direction. Okay, now we'll discuss the Ampere circuit and law and its application to infinity long straight wire. Just a minute. So Payet's outlaw completed. Payet's outlaw vector form also completed. Magnetic field due to a straight wire carrying current also over. Magnetic field due to a circular loop carrying current. So this one also completed yesterday class. So I say some cases. Okay, case 1, case 2, case 3. 3 cases it is no. Now I will tell you the value. Please check it. The final equation, magnetic field B, it is equal to mu naught n I a square divided by 2 into r square plus a square power 3 by 2. Okay, this is the formula. So what is the first case? The R value, small r value equal to 0 at the center of the current loop. At the center of the current loop, what is the magnetic field? So this is the question. Okay, from the formula, just apply the R value 0. Then you will get B equal mu naught I n a square divided by 2 into this value 0 mark. So a square power 3 by 2. So 2 cancel. Remainder 3 it is there. Again a cube and a square also it is cancelled. You will get mu naught I n divided by 2a. This is the correct answer. Next, one more change is also there. Capital A. So what's a capital A? So it is the area of the circular current loop. Capital A, it is referred area of the circular current loop. The value of area, it is a circle now. So pi a square. Just multiple with pi a square mu naught I n pi a square divided by 2 pi 2 a pi a square. So just multiple with pi a square divided by pi a square. So the pi a square value capital A. So you will get B equal mu naught I n a divided by 2 pi a cube. So this is third formula. This is the first formula. This is second formula. This is third formula. Okay, clear. So which condition I want to use in this formula? In case they didn't given the value of radius. So RGQ in this point radius value. But they mentioned the area. Use B is equal to mu naught I n a divided by 2 pi a cube. So MCQ question time, they can ask direct formula also. They will tell you the proper situation like that at the center of the current loop. So what is the how to find magnetic field on the axis of a circular current loop? So like that they will ask direct formula also, ma. So please remember with all the cases. Second one, at the axial point lying far away from the coil. Second one, so A value is very small compared to R. The formula B equal mu naught n I a square divided by 2r cube. Because A value is neglected. And one more formula, mu naught is related to A, area. Mu naught n I a, mu naught n I a divided by 2 pi r cube. Please note the formula. Third condition, already completed students, no problem. Listen. R value and A value both also equal. R value, A value both also equal. The final equation B equal mu naught n I a square divided by 2 into a square plus r square. So r square also a square only, no, because r and a both also equal. A square plus a square power 3 by 2. So you will get mu naught n I divided by do the simplification. 2 power 5 by 2. Take a note now. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, 4a cube will not come. Yeah, sir, 2 power 5 by 2 power a cube.
Listen now. Mu naught n I a square divided by 2 into 2 a square power 3 by 2. Okay. So next step, mu naught n I a square divided by 2 power 1 it is a dot 2 power 3 by 2. Okay. So next a power 2 into 3 by 2. So 2 cancel a cube. Base is equal, power should be added. So 1 plus 3 by 2. 5 by 2. Okay. So a cube it is a square it is a. Cancel means remainder 1. Mu naught n I divided by 2 power 5 by 2 into a. So this is the answer. Now it is clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
A square plus a square means it is not a power 4. 2 into a square. So we already completed Lorentz magnetic force formula. Some special cases also there. Plumbing left hand rule. Uniform magnetic field. So now we discuss the force between two parallel infinity long current carrying conductor. So next one, the Ampere circuitant law. So Ampere circuitant law, it is an alternative method of Feuer-Savart law. What is Gauss law, man? Gauss law formula. Phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Okay. So Gauss law is the alternative form for Coulomb's law. Same, it is applicable for the magnetic also. That is the electrostatics. This is magnetic. For the magnetic, the Ampere circuitant law. So this is the alternative method of Biot-Savart law. So now we know very well Biot-Savart law, the formula dP formula, dP equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi IDL sin theta divided by r square. So Ampere circuitant law. So definitely they are asking any one law, Ampere circuitant law, otherwise Biot-Savart law. So 3 more question compulsory it is there. The line integral of B dot dl. The line integral of B dot dl. B dot dl means the magnetic field around any closed circuit is closed curve is equal to mu naught times the net current I through the area. Okay, your closed integral B dot dl, it is equal to mu naught I. So in this definition, no need, man. Just note the formula. The definition it is there in your book. Otherwise, I am telling now. The Ampere circuitant law states that the line integral of the magnetic field B vector, the line integral of the magnetic field B vector around any closed circuit, the line integral of the magnetic field B vector around any closed circuit is equal to mu naught, the line integral of the magnetic field P vector around any closed circuit is equal to mu naught times the total current passing through this closed circuit. Total current I passing through this closed circuit. The word is very important, closed circuit. It is a closed circuit. Okay. So Gauss law also closed circuit. Ampere circuitant law also closed circuit. So closed integral, after write the formula B dot dl, it is not a I, this is a dl. B dot dl equal to mu naught I. Okay, so next proof for Ampere circuitant law. So B dot dl, closed integral. The B dot dl, it is a dot product. So you should take cos theta. B dot dl cos theta. B dot dl cos theta. So the angle between B dot dl, it is 0. B dot dl, what is the angle? See that dl into r, it is a perpendicular, but this is the 0 degree, dl and b. For the cos 0 degree, so apply the value 0. So next step, dl value 2 pi r, dl value 2 pi r, and b value mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. Now 2 pi r it is cancelled. You will get only mu naught I. So this is the proof for the Ampere circuitant law. Ampere circuit and law. Closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. So next proof of a straight current carrying conductor using straight current carrying conductor. This is a straight current carrying conductor. Okay, amount of current I is passing through it. Okay, so using right hand thumb, see that your thumb direction current, that remainder finger it is no, it is finger direction for magnetic field. Up it is in anti-clockwise, down it is in clockwise. So current is emerging out and the magnetic field is anti-clockwise. Please note it now. Ampere circuit and law. Diagram also important. You must draw the diagram. Do diagram also. Please take a note. Okay, in your NCERT book, moving charges and magnetism, the introduction part completed. The magnetic force completed. Magnetic field and Lorentz force completed. So magnetic force on a current carrying conductor. This one I want to explain. This one I will tell you more, don't worry. That is separate track. So magnetic field due to a current element, Fayol-Savart law. So magnetic field on the axis of a circular current loop, and one more derivation also completed. That is the center, I think so. Circular, center of the circular. Magnetic field at the center of the circular. So now we discussed about Ampere circuit and law. The formula closed integral B dot dl equal to mu naught I. Next application only, solenoid and toroid. So this is the application. Force between two current. the ampere. Now we discuss in this topic only. Next to torque. So this is important 5-mark question. Moving coil galvanometer, important. That's all. So maximum next week I will complete the syllabus. This is step number 4. I will complete. Don't miss the class. Kindly attend properly. Okay, and write the test also. So hereafter, every test, it is very, very important. If you want maximum mark, you can attend upcoming week, chapter number 4, up to teach. Okay, what are the areas I covered? That alone you will prepare. So maximum it is in assessment and reasoning type, otherwise MCQ method. So MCQ means maximum problem outcome, the concept oriented MCQ questions. So prepare well and everyone attend that test. So out of 85 students are there, means 85 also attend. So I given maximum time to complete. And next week onwards, only Google Form. You are not using Google Form. You are using only MS Form. So be ready for that. That one also I inform. So next week, MS Form. Be ready for that. Any doubt? No.